everyone, it's Darkseeker here, and we are looking at Warlock Arena, and specifically at a card called Doom. Now, what does this card do? Destroy all minions, draw a card for each. Now that's a board clear. Board clears are pretty good in Arena, right? So they're certainly welcome. However, you can compare this card to Twisting Nether, which costs 8. And Twisting Nether achieves a similar thing. You know, clear a board. However, you have 2 mana left over, so you can tap, or you can play a 2-drop, or maybe a couple of 1-drops. Because Doom costs 10, you play it later, and there really isn't much flexibility with doing anything else on your turn. The interesting thing about this card, though, is that, or the spell, is that it draws a card for each minion destroyed, and that includes totems, pretty much anything on the board. So in the late game, if let's say you've been top decking and going card for card with your opponent and there's a heavy board presence built up, you can play Doom, and essentially if lots of minions die, you can refill your hand, which is incredibly useful because card draw is so important in Arena. And if it happens in the late game and you end up with a full hand and your opponent is still top decking, well, you win the game. So let's have a look at a couple of highlights of Doom in action. So this is a game against a Shaman, and you can see already there that the Shaman has a pretty significant board. I have Doom in hand, but I'm going to play out my hand and not play Doom. The reason is, I'm going to be drawing, potentially, lots of cards on the next turn. So I don't want to overdraw. So I think it's really important that I play out what's already in my hand, because I'm not in danger of dying at this point in time. I do expect the Shaman here to clear off as many of my minions as possible. He doesn't know what's coming. And, of course, if he starts playing out what's in his hand, he's going to be going into top decking mode. Whereas, next turn, I'm just going to be drawing an insane number of cards. There's a crackle on Occult Master. Wow, he doesn't want me to draw any cards. Little does he know, I'm about to draw lots of cards. Okay, so it's time, I think, for Doom. It's a bit like Deathwing, right? Clear the board, but don't discard what's already in your hand. But of course, without the 12-12 body. Well, yes, that is incredible. I'm drawing pretty much a full hand. And I'm even left with a 1-1. Yeah, it's pretty good. But as you can see, I don't have many cards left in my deck. And that is one of the issues, potentially, with Doom. It can cause you to overdraw if you're not careful, and it can bring you closer to fatigue. However, I have substantial card advantage against the Shaman. So the issue now is, what do I play? What cards do I play? I have so many choices. I think what I'm looking to do here is just to play as many cards as I can in order to set up for the Stormwind Champion, maybe on the next turn. Mortal Coil I don't want to play because it will bring me closer to fatigue, so I don't want to be drawing cards with Mortal Coil. Well, the Shaman's playing it slow. There's a taunt, and that's okay. I think now... Oh, Rock Biter, okay. On a 1-2, sure, I'll take that. I think it's time for the Stormwind Champion. Yeah. So behold the might of Stormwind, and I guess we just use a 3-7 and a 2-5. And we're actually going to kill the 1-1. Because we can. And we're playing it safe. So, what has he got? I would imagine that we're going to see a concede now, because there's no way he can come back from this. Yeah, so Doom drawing me those cards, letting me win the game. That's absolutely fantastic. Looking at our final highlight, a paladin here on low health, so nearly dead, but still able to maintain a board presence. And by the way, in this deck, I drafted 2 copies of Doom. I was being really greedy, and I just wanted to, because I was fascinated by this card, and I've never played it before, and I wanted to try it out. So I drafted 2 copies, right? So yeah, there we go. We need to get rid of the Murloc Knight, and I think Doom was a really good way of doing that. And hey, if we need to board clear again, we have another copy of Doom. So, yeah. Draconoid Crusher as a 6/6 rather than a 9/9 there. And I can just put my own Crusher down as a 9/9. And I would say that, yep, this is probably over as well. I don't see him coming back from this at 6 health. So, yeah, there we go, face. Be aggressive. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Doom in Arena. Really, really good. Refilling your hand. Yes, that coder does nothing. Refilling your hand, letting you win the game.